Let's talk about the differences between HTTP and HTTPS. Let's say you want to visit a website. You type the name of that website into the address bar of a web browser, and one of two protocols will be initiated, HTTP or HTTPS. HTTP was used for decades, but that practice has been reduced drastically in favor of the more secure HTTPS. For security reasons, most websites that you connect to today will use HTTPS. Primarily, HTTPS is designed to keep a user's information private and to prevent tampering and eavesdropping. Try connecting to some of your favorite websites and identify which protocol is being used. I'll be here when you return. Let's take a look at this table. Here we have both protocols, and we're showing the protocol acronym and the full name. So again, originally for decades, HTTP was the protocol to connect to websites. That's the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And the web servers would use the inbound port 80. But nowadays, most websites are utilizing HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, on the inbound port 443. And so, if a website has a form that a person can enter information into, or a database, or if it's possible to buy something and put in a credit card number, it becomes very important to use HTTPS connections. So HTTPS is used by the majority of websites today. It's recommended because of the secure connection it makes, and it does this by connecting via a secure protocol such as SSL or TLS, and using an encrypted certificate, which we'll discuss more in the security videos. Let's show an example of an HTTPS communication. The local computer on the left here has been given the IP address 10.252.0.141. This is a private internal address, and it's using port 3515 to go out to the internet and start a session with dprocomputer.com. For security purposes, this port number is dynamically assigned, and it's going to be different every time you connect to another web server. But it'll normally be somewhere in the thousands. It just so happens that the operating system picked 3515 in this case. The session is then accepted by the web server, dprocomputer.com, using the public IP address 216.97.236.245 and utilizing inbound port 443. That's the secure HTTPS port. And so that's got to be open so that it can accept incoming connections from clients so that they can see the website. And we'll talk more about, again, the security side of this in another set of videos. But for now, let's take a look at a couple of connections within browsers. Here I'm running Firefox, and I'm connected to the PayPal website, and you can see that we are using HTTPS here. And you also know you have a secure connection, or at least you're fairly sure that you have a secure connection, by the green padlock in the locked position here. And Firefox is a great browser to use if you're interested in security. Just make sure it's updated. And it's also great to use if you want to find out about the certificate being used. So for example, we could click on that, click here, and click more information, and we'll find out info about this certificate. It's using TLS to make the connection. The actual certificate is an RSA certificate, and AES is being used to encrypt all the data once the session is established. And you can find out lots more information here as well. I don't think the A+ will go too much more into depth than this, but it's something neat to look at. So that's showing an HTTPS secured connection within Firefox. And then if we take a look at Chrome, I'm connected to my website here, dprocomputer.com. You can see it is an HTTPS connection, and we do have a padlock in the locked position, but Chrome doesn't even put a color on it anymore. They just have it as gray because they kind of expect everyone to be using HTTPS at this point. And if you don't, if your website does not, Chrome will say this is not a secure connection. And so here's an example of that, example.com. If we connect to that, it says not secure. That means it's most likely connecting as HTTP, even though you don't see it here. Okay, so for the exam, it's important to know the difference between HTTP and HTTPS, be able to identify if you're connected in a secure manner to a website using HTTPS, know the default ports, and understand how this communication works from the client through the internet and to the server. And that's it for this video.